Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today I'm going to show you how to make leaf mold. We're going to build a compost pen in about 15 minutes. That's all you need to do. The biggest barrier to getting this beautiful leaf mold is that people just don't get started. October is the perfect time to build a compost pen, fill it full of leaves, and a year from now you're going to have this beautiful stuff. The biggest barrier is people just don't get started. I'm going to show you how to build this in 15 minutes. It's just 4 posts, some fencing, you wrap it around, open up the front. It's the middle of October. Now is the time to collect your leaves. You'll have a wonderful source of organic matter for your garden if you just set something up like this. Again, 15 minutes and you could have your own compost. Now is the time. Build that compost pen, bag up your leaves, take the leaves from your neighborhood. You're going to have wonderful leaf mold come 1 year from today. Here are the basic supplies. You want 4 T-posts or any kind of stake that's 6 feet to 8 feet tall. Again, you need 4 of them. You're also going to want fencing wire. It's best to get a roll that is 4 feet tall. You want the pile to be 4 feet high, 4 feet wide. This works really well. If you get something smaller, you're just going to have to double the layer. Again, you want fencing so that you can build the sides up about 4 feet high. This is my cold compost pile. I just did a video on that. This pile's about 4 years old. That's all beautiful compost down there. Now I use this one for all the debris that comes out of my garden. Tomatoes, peppers, etc., weeds. We're building a leaf mold compost bin, cold compost, same process, except we're using leaves and you're going to get a little bit of a different product. Worms love it. Worms will break it down. You'll have worm castings in there. So here's the pen. Set up 4 feet tall, wrap the fencing around there. Just the basic 4-foot fencing is what I recommend. It's kind of inexpensive. You can also find it on sale a lot of times. You're going to need a heavy hammer or a sledgehammer, a tape measure, and something to cut the wire with. You're just going to wrap the fencing around just like this. When you start, you're going to start right over here. You're going to cut off a section of the fencing so that you're leaving these prongs just like that all the way down. And you start by wrapping the fence right around here till the prongs come out, and then you just bend them over and you secure it all the way down the post. That's your first part. And then you just pull it tightly down around. When you're putting in the T-posts, if you're using T-posts, leave the bumps on the outside. We come all the way around to the 4th post, and then I just cut off some extra wire like this from the extra fencing, and then you just put it through here, and then you secure it tightly. And I do this basically just like that. Right up top, secure it tightly, and then I do another one down at the bottom, and I do all of the posts that way to secure it. Your last piece is going to be the part that's going to open. Again, you want the 4 prongs just like that. And then it's pretty easy. You just take the piece and you secure it over like that. If you need to, you can bend one of these in to keep it in place, but sometimes you don't have to. And then you just, well, it's secure, there you go. And then you just open it up to get in and harvest your leaves. Now we're putting leaves in here. And the process is a cold compost process with mold and fungus and earthworms. So it's going to be 75% leaves in here. There'll be some grass clippings because I'm going to bag them up with a mower. But you want to stick with about 75% leaves or 100% leaves. You don't want to put in other material. The worms will help with this process, and they're going to just put out all kinds of worm castings in here that are just wonderful for the garden. This is leaf composting to make leaf mold on a smaller scale. Those leaves went in last October. It's the middle of October now, and those leaves are just about done. There's holes in the bottom. You can do this on a smaller scale. I like what we just built because it's large and it's perfect for my garden. If we were to reach into here and start scraping away, we get down to the bottom and we just have this wonderful leaf compost. This is about a year old. You could use this in your garden if you want. What I do is I dump it out of this container into here, and then you end up with, and this is 2 years old, this stuff is even better. I mean, look at that. It's a little bit wet because it rained. I would just let this dry a little bit. It will go right into the garden. This is what we're making, leaf mold. This is the quick pass that I did in my tractor mower, and I got 2 bags of leaves. I'm going to show you how much I filled it up already. I will do this through October, November, and I'm going to have a ton of leaf compost or leaf mold. Again, I want to stress it's a cold composting process. People get confused between compost and leaf mold. Everything is compost. But leaves are just a wonderful resource. I encourage you to get started. It took a few minutes to get 2 bags of leaves. This will be filled up by the end of the day. You want to put this in the most shady area that you can. Moisture's needed for soil biology, for microbes, fungus, molds to break down the leaves or any kind of organic matter. So you want this to be in the shade, let it stay damp, let it stay wet. Just keep filling it. Once you get to 4 feet, this is going to drop by 80% as it breaks down, and you just keep filling it. In about a year or so, you open up the front and you just reach down to the bottom and you pull out the leaf compost that you want to use in your garden. It's really easy to do. I encourage you to get started. This is all you have to do for any kind of cold composting. You can make one for the debris and plants coming out of your garden, and you can also do one separately just for leaves. Thanks for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com, and please subscribe. I'm going to show you how to grow an entire garden in 2023, and it really starts with setting up compost bins so you can feed your soil, feed your plants, and not have to spend a lot of money on organic fertilizers. Thanks for watching.